keep breathing in and out. Allow the top of the head to rest on the rest of the body. Notice the fullness of the body. Notice the fullness of the breath as well. As you're breathing in and out, just simply being an observer of breath, an observer of body. Starting to just go with the flow. Any thoughts that come to mind, just acknowledge them that they're there, but try to be an observer of those as well. We don't want to attach to any feelings or thoughts. We really want to just try to do our best to be in the present moment and just feel the sense of having right now, having this opportunity to be here, to breathe. Notice that you have everything that you need right at this moment to be a part of this practice. And in your mind's eye, try to bring a sense of what having means to you. Try to really feel what it's like to have love, have finances, have maybe the opportunity to watch a favorite show you like, have some great downtime. Whatever it is, I want you to just get this feeling that comes from having. And see what it looks like, what it feels like. Notice what it may taste like. Notice how maybe you might sit up a little bit differently. What is it that having has you feel within? Could be confidence, it could be something else, gratitude. And just start to breathe into that sense. Again, you're just observing it. You're noticing that there's this feeling associated with it. You're not trying to change it, but you're just allowing it to build. And the way we build things is through reflection. Mm, We build it through establishing it with our vision. And we also build it with knowing that we have what we need right here with us right now. Continue to breathe. Inhale, I am breathing in. Exhale, I have all that I need to breathe. Inhale, I am breathing in. Exhale, I have all I need to breathe in this moment. For the next 10 cycles, I want you to continue to just follow that mantra and follow that breath. The mind wanders, gently bring it back, knowing that this is part of practice. Inhale, breathing in. Exhale, I have everything I need to breathe right now. Allow yourself to be present with the full breath cycle. And if anything comes to mind that is doubtful, I want you to reverse that with the sense of having. If you're doubting your breath or if you're doubting that you're doing this right, I want you to replace that with the fact that you already have the tools necessary to do it right and you are doing it right. You have done it right. Having is a present emotion, having is a present sense. No matter how tempting it is to feed into something of not having or doubt or worry or anxiety, I want you to just make it intentional for this breath to focus on having this breath. And if you feel like you have nothing else at all, you have this breath moment by moment to breathe. And if you don't believe me, I want you to take an inhale in and then exhale and let go. And now you've just had a breath. And then do that again. Notice it in the present moment as you have this ability to inhale, breathe in, and then this ability to exhale and let go. I just want you to notice it. Even though you may not notice it, it's always there. As long as you're alive, the breath cycle is alive. Breathing in and out, moment by moment. Now we're going to come to do our body scan. And today, as we go through the body scan, we're going to add in the first thought or impression that comes to mind, breathing in and out. But this time we're going to breathe in the sense of having, either being gracious to have whatever it is, or if it's something that's not suiting to our best interest today, flipping that around so that we know that we have what we need, and then letting it go. Bring your full attention and awareness down to your feet. Allow your feet to really be pressed down to the ground. Notice the sense of having security from the feet where they rest on the floor beneath you. It's easy to overlook or take for granted the security that the floor provides or that the ground provides. But in this moment, see if you can just feel the sense of having it. knowing that's one less thing to think about in your day. I'm going to ring the singing bowl. As I do so, I want you to keep your mind's eye on your feet. Feel the fullness of the breath. Imagine that the breath is traveling from the nose down to the feet and back up again. And then when the bowl is done ringing, we're going to meet back at the feet together. Notice the full length of your feet. Whatever thought or imagery comes to mind, I want you to allow it to come up. Breathing in the sense of having, and then exhaling and letting go. Bring our awareness and attention to our ankles, noticing the full diameter of the ankle, the bony parts, the skin part. Breathing into the ankle, full breath, the sense of having, whatever image comes to mind. And then exhale and let it go. And just for a moment, feel the full length of your feet and your ankles. And just reflect on what came up for you, starting on your feet and your ankles. Being an observer. Inhale and breathe in. And then exhale and let go, but let go in a steady, rhythmic way. Just finding something that is consistent with the way you feel right now. We're going to bring our awareness up to the legs now, the lower legs, from the ankle to the knee, the lower knee. I want you to feel the back of the lower leg where the calf muscle is. And whatever thought first comes up for you there, that's great. I want you to breathe in the sense of having, and then exhale and let go. Just being an observer now as you let go. Allow the journey to carry over to the front of the bottom leg, where that long part of bone connects the knee to the front part of the ankle, that area where it just dips in slightly. This is the shin. Feel the shin in its fullness of space. And whatever mind comes up to your mind about the shin, I want you to just breathe in the sense of having. And then exhale and let it go. Keep breathing in and out. Having this ability to breathe in to a space and then let it go at your discretion. Having the sense to feel the space, to notice it, to sit with it, And then to carry on, regardless if it feels pleasurable or unpleasurable, at your discretion. We're going to bring our awareness now up to our knees. Notice the fullness of the knees, the sides, the bony part on the front, and the thin part in the back of the leg. And breathe in and out. And whatever the first imagery comes to mind or impression that comes to mind, allow it to be there and to sit without trying to change it or attach to it. These can be impressions, colors, senses, feelings, memories, something that just comes up for you naturally. And it's the first thing, first impression that comes to mind, first thought. Breathe in the sense of having to it. And then exhale and let it go. Moving up now from the knees to the thighs, full length of the thighs, the width, the circumference, how they're circular in nature. Notice this full shape. It's almost like a cylinder. Feel the inner and outer thigh, and whatever comes to mind for you, allow it to be there. And then inhale and breathe in the sense of having right to it. And then exhale and let go. And keep breathing. We're going to migrate up to the sits bone, the place that's sitting on the chair. Your glutes are here, your muscles are here. If you squeeze your glutes, you can feel it. You can feel this connection to the thighs, to the hamstrings, especially. Part of your pelvic bowl is here as well, and you can feel the weight push down from your pelvic bowl into the seat. Inhale, breathing in and out. Just notice that the breath really can make it here. And whatever impression comes up for you, first impression, I want you to breathe in your sense of having and then exhale and really release and let go, whatever it is. Notice what it just feels like to let go for a moment. And just as there's a full cycle of breath, there's a full cycle to this exercise, from the breathing in to the pause to the release and to the pause again. We're going to bring in our full awareness now from the sits bone, bringing this reflective part of the practice down to our ankles, noticing the ankle all the way up through the leg, the knees, the thighs, and just the sits bones where the glutes are in the pelvic bowl. See if you can be fully aware and present of how that feels now, but also reflective, knowing that each part of this body had an experience and you were able to breathe in, knowing that you had it, and then exhale and let it go. And just sit with this for a moment in your legs. And then let it go. We're going to come to our hips, the lower back, and the belly. Sort of what sits inside of your pelvic bowl. We're working in that area of where the air helps to push out the belly and it impacts the back, and sometimes it can even impact the hips depending on how we're sitting or standing. And when we breathe in and out, we really feel something going on here. We see our breath at work. And whatever comes to mind here, I want you to allow it to come to mind. Don't try to change it. Breathe in, having, and exhale, let it go. And really let it go. And continue to come up through the belly now towards the rib cage up towards the chest. You want to stay in the front of the body for right now. So from the sides to the front, notice the full length of the rib cage into the chest area where the heart and the lungs are. See the pressing forward on the inhale and the exhale, the sinking in, and just feel that rhythm for a moment. And whatever comes to mind, first thought, first impression, allow it to be there. And then inhale and breathe in, having, and exhale, let go. Now coming around to our back body where our mid back is and our shoulder blades are. Feel the fullness of the mid back and the shoulder blades. Feel the shoulder blades on the back body expand out as it comes up towards the shoulders. So around, wrapping around the rib cage and from the back body. And just notice how the breath impacts this area, and whatever comes to mind first, allow it to be there. And breathe in, having the sense and spirit of having, and exhale, let it go. Attention awareness now to our shoulders, the tops of our shoulders, down our biceps and triceps, our arms through our elbow to our wrists and to our fingertips. Feel the full length of our shoulders and arms. Even feel the nail beds on your hands. And whatever your first impression or thought comes to mind, allow it to come up. Get a sense of what it looks like, what it feels like, the colors, if it has colors. It's like a movie, that's great. If it's more like an impression that just flashes vividly in the mind, and that is fine too. And then inhale, breathe in the sense of having all the way down through the shoulders to the fingertips, and then exhale and let go. From the shoulders now to the hip body, I want you to bring in the full mid body into your awareness, reflecting on that part of the practice. And take about 2 breaths here to just feel it. Notice the feeling that you're having. Breathe into it, and then exhale and let go. Or the thought that you're having, can let that go as well. Bring your neck, your jaw, Your cheeks, your nose, your eyes, your eyebrows, eyelashes, and the forehead into awareness. Just feel when you take a breath or two how it moves this part of the body, the breath, how it impacts maybe the cheeks or the nose, maybe even the forehead feels a little release as you let go. And whatever comes up for you, allow it to be here. Notice that you're having this impression, thought, and then breathe in and let it go. On the exhale, really let it go. We're going to continue to bring our awareness now up to our hair and our head, the crown of our head, even the hairline and the ears, everything that shapes around the perimeter of the face. And see if you can just notice every single hair that is within your head and how precious that is at this moment. Also, notice that area in the back of the head where the hair kind of sits down on the neck. And see if you can feel that as well. And see if you can just acknowledge whatever comes to mind that you're having as a thought or an impression. And then on the out breath, really let it go. Maybe let it go with a sense and a smile of gratitude, if possible, or anything else that comes to mind that puts a smile on your face. Feel the full neck all the way up to the crown of the head. Just reflect on it for a moment and whatever thought comes to mind as you embrace the fullness of this area of the body, the top part of the body, the peak, so to speak, of the mountain. Breathe in and out and then let it go. Notice that you're having this thing that comes up for you and then you let it go. Bring the full body now from the crown of the head down to the feet into this experience, feeling every part that you've gone over and every experience that you've had or impression that came up. Allow it to just be there without trying to touch it. Notice that you're having it. And then when you breathe out, notice that you're letting it go. And when you breathe in, notice that you're having a present moment experience. And these things may be there, but you're also a container that holds them. So when you exhale and you let them go, you still are here. Just because the thought or feeling that you were having was there and you let it go does not change the shape of you, your body, the breath, or the fact that you're still here in the present moment, living and breathing. And for the rest of this practice, I want you to stay here in this moment of having, understanding that feeling of what it is to have, and then noticing when you let go that you still have a sense of presence. You still have you. You can continue on with this practice as long as you like by disconnecting to this video. If you like to close with me, you can. You can start by wiggling the toes and the fingertips and gently allowing the breath to assist us as we open up our eyes, coming back to the rhythm of the breath in this present moment. Notice that we're having a breath cycle. You can feel free to take all, part, or none of this practice with you today. And it's also really important to congratulate yourself on a job well done. Over time, with practice, you can really feel the benefits of meditation. So know that any experience that you've had today is completely valid. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope to see you again tomorrow. Thank you and namaste. Be very blessed and have a beautiful day.
Thank